I'm Rocky Chan, the president of Pilipinas Super League.
Leandro Leo Z. Isaac, Head Basketball Operations, Pilipinas Super League.
Pilipinas Super League started when I was able to meet Congressman Claude Bautista. Napag-usapan namin to set up a league that would cater to homegrown talents that was not given opportunities to play in the national scenes. We came up with the idea to come up with Pilipinas Super League. We kick off our opening season in Dipolog City. It was hosted by the municipality of Rojas, Zamboanga del Norte. We didn't expect this was during pandemic, pero yung reception ng live audience sa mga venues which was allowed and the social media platform natin kung saan napapanood siya was tremendous.
Iba yung dating ng Pilipinas Super League. No? It was a bubble type of basketball tournament. Isa siyang developmental league na talagang pumupukaw para makapagbigay ng pagkakakitaan or hanap buhay doon sa mga hindi pinalad makarating sa big-time basketball. Na-tiyempo rin na pagkaraan ng 2 taong may pandemya, parang sabik na sabik ang mga tao na makapanood ng live basketball games, no?
Of course, our big bosses led by Congressman Claude, our CEO, Mayor Dinko Bautista, was so happy that we are now here staging our second conference.
Para at least maka-enjoy na po ang tanan, no? I just want to let everybody know na kaning PSL nagsugod rin tungod sa mga frustrations namo na possible potential sa mga tao, sa mga players, sa mga coaches na nangasayang na wala nila nabuhat na tarong ang mga trabaho and all that, no? So, fast forward 2 years, a couple of months later, nabuhi na ning Pilipinas Super League, no? Uban sa ato ang PSL team headed by Rocky, Boss Ray, and our different sponsors, no? Madiretso na lang po ko, no? I would also like to acknowledge our commissioner, our beloved commissioner, Mark Pingres, no? We believe that we acquired Mark because he is the perfect example of Filipino basketball in terms that he embodies the best thing about Filipino basketball, which is ang puso. Ang puso sa mga Pilipino, ang puso, the love for the game, no? And we want to extend that love for the game not only to the players, but also to the coaches, the sponsors, the team owners, tanan-tanan, and most especially to the fans.
The road to the championship was really tough. They didn't expect yung level of competition. People were expecting for a sweep into the elimination. They had one loss against the host team, yung Rojas Vanguards. And going into the championship, of course, they were the expected to win the championship, but it was not as easy that they wanted to. Binigyan sila ng magandang laban ng underdog na Cagayan de Oro Higalas. But of course, with their powerful squad that they have, they got the championship, the inaugural championship, which was held in Davao City.
Cup champions, the Davao Occidental Tigers. They won the inaugural season championship.
The 21 under is one of the vision ng Liga na we will try to give opportunity to homegrown talents.
So yung nangyari sa Zamboanga del Norte, idinala natin dito sa Luzon, PSL 21 under, dinala rin sa Visayas, sa Cebu, na nag-merge ang Visayas and Mindanao para sa 21 under.
Ganda ng reception ng mga audience that it surpasses our pro in terms of viewership. Isipin mo, nag-uumpisa tayo 1 or 2 p.m. Yung audience on live viewers were on social media, ang taas na agad. Teams from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao simultaneously playing. So, may tournament tayo sa Luzon, may tournament tayo sa Visayas, may tournament tayo in Mindanao. Then, the top three champions of each leg, kumbaga. Namely, in Luzon, we have the Pampagan Delta. In Cebu, we have the Consolacion sa Rock Weavers. And in Mindanao, we have the Davao Occidental Dreamers. So, their road was tough. It was the battle of champions between Powerhouse, Pampanga Delta, and of course, the never say die attitude of the Consolacion sa Rock Weavers. Boils down to Pampanga Delta winning the first ever inaugural 21 under champion, which was held in Cebu in a jam-packed crowd in the venue. In terms of viewership, I think it was a record also for us. So we're so happy. We're so happy with the reception that we got from our viewing public. It was one of the dreams that we didn't expect to come this early. Prior to the start of it, with a limited timetable, siguro God's will, ngayon, we're 16 teams. Who would expect that one? Was to play our opening game at Araneta Coliseum at the Big Dome. 7,000 people who watched the game at
Ngayon, ipapakilala
Araneta.
ko sa inyo ang kapatid ni Mayor Dingo Bautista. Walang iba, anak po ni Congressman Claude Bautista, si Mayor Jason Rama.
Good afternoon to each and everyone. In behalf of my brother, our CEO, Mayor Dingo Bautista, I officially declare the Pilipinas Super League Second Conference Dumper Cup open. Ito ang liga natin. The game is officially open.
Nabuhayan din ako ng tsansa, ng lakas ng loob na, daming teams na gustong sumali. So yung planong 8 team lang, naging 10 team, naging 12, naging 14 na team, hanggang sa naging 16 na team para dito sa Pro Conference. At yun na nga, nangyari na, nag-open sa Araneta, kinagat naman ng tao. Mga teams, may kanya-kanyang suporta. Ang mga basketball players ng bawat team, may kanya-kanya pa rin mga fans at talagang sumusubaybay at sumusuporta pa rin sa kanila.
Of course, with the support of the 16 teams, this wouldn't be possible. I wouldn't stop thanking Congressman Claude Bautista, Mayor Dingo Bautista, our CEO, and the entire Bautista family. Without them, there's no Pilipinas Super League. The men and women who have been working so hard, making extra effort para mapaganda ang liga. These are the people that's really behind kung ano ngayon si PSL. Without them, hindi ganito kaganda. And we're still improving. We're still trying our best to come up with a much more better coverage, a level of competitions that we will be having, a better venues for all the games, and just to give our fans every game na exciting, di ba? Yung aabang-abangan talaga nila every game. So without these people, there's no Pilipinas Super League, of course, or sponsors. The people na simula noon hanggang ngayon na nagtiwala, and yung iba pumapasok ngayon dahil nakita nila anong meron si Pilipinas Super League, what's in store. And we're so happy and we're so thankful. Of course, to God who has been, we're just so blessed with all of this. We didn't expect this. We could come up with, ganito na kaingay si PSL. But like we said, it's just one step at a time.
Lalaki pa itong Pilipinas Super League sa mga darating na panahon. Kailangan mag-iwan ng legacy. Hindi lang siya basta liga. Kailangan mag-iwan ng legacy itong Pilipinas Super League.
Pilipinas Super League, 5 years from now, ito na yung pambansang liga ng Pilipino.
This is your 2022 to 2023 Manila Bankers Life Pilipinas Super League Second Pro Division Dumper Cup, and this is Game 57 of Week 9 dito sa Brenzigiao Convention Center in the beautiful city of San Fernando, Pampanga, as we will have two teams looking to break the spectrum as the former MVP Gab Dagangon and the Davao Occidental Tigers so far having an immaculate run dito sa ating conference against JV De La Cruz and the rest of Cagayan de Oro PSP, looking for probably the biggest upset in PSL history. And those are our games today. The Davao Occidental Tigers against Cagayan de Oro PSP. And for our main event, it's the Pampanga G Lanterns hosting the Manila City Stars. Good afternoon, everybody watching live on Facebook and watching dito sa Brenzigiao Convention Center. I hope you enjoyed this first game natin. Ako inyong mga kasama, Enzo Galarosa, and together with me as always is Coach Pancho Alfonso. Coach Pancho, magandang hapon at kamusta ka?
Magandang hapon sa iyo, Enzo, at magandang hapon sa ating mga super fans na nanonood natin ngayon.
It's a good game between the Tigers and Cagayan de Oro PSP, and mamaya makakasama natin at makakakwentuhan ang nagbabalik na si Andrea Endicio on the sidelines. Pero ngayon, super fans, you can follow us on all of our social media platforms at Pilipinas Super League on both Facebook and Instagram, at PSL Basketball and Twitter. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel at Pilipinas Super League, and you can follow us on TikTok at PSL_TikTok official. And please, super fans, like, share, comment, and support our new page, our PSL Super Fans page sa Facebook. And this game is simultaneously being broadcasted live on Solar Sports Channel 70 on Sky Cable and PSL reruns po sa Net 25. Mamayang gabi po, 10:30 p.m. ang laban ng One Munti Emeralds versus the San Juan Kings back sa Central Recreational Facility in New Era University, Quezon City. At syempre, Coach Pancho, i-recap muna natin ano ba yung nangyari kahapon dito sa Brenzigiao in the two games. And the first game, ARS Warriors defeating Bagong Kabuya Home Lab Nation in a very interesting match.
That's right. And finally, ARS San Pedro Warriors breaking the chain because of their winless campaign, but finally they were able to get that much-awaited W sa larong yun.
And on our second game, two teams looking to change their future, and it was Koponang Lakan ng Bulacan who was able to do that by defeating the Quezon City Beacons in a close game, 63-62.
That was an exciting game between Koponang Lakan ng Bulacan and Quezon City Beacons, but it was JL De Los Santos to save the game for the Bulacan.
Yes, the JL De Los Santos show continues dito nga sa ating liga. Pero Coach Pancho, let's see ang ating team standings. Nasa na ba ang Davao Occidental Tigers and the CDO PSP on our team standings?
Yes, as we take a look, Davao Occidental Tigers still has an unblemished record, 7 wins with no losses, while Cagayan de Oro PSP is at the bottom of our standings, 1-7 win-loss record.
Yes, Coach Pancho, as you said, itong ang Davao Occidental Tigers still unscathed sa ating liga. 7-0 nga ang kanilang record. And kita natin, Eman Calo and Bonbon Custodio, two former Pilipinas Super League Pearl of the Orient Cup champions for the Davao Tigers. And ito namang CDO PSP looking for probably a shake-up sa standings if they beat the Tigers. Kaya nga ating game story today, both ends meet.
That's right, because Davao Occidental Tigers, the top team, will meet the bottom team, Cagayan de Oro PSP.
And let's go back to the game netong Davao Occidental Tigers where they're still unbeaten but they survive a tough challenge against Caloocan.
Yes, that's right. As we take a look at the bench points right there, 40 points over 20 points sa Caloocan because of their deep lineup. And aside from that, yung 18 turnovers ng Davao Occidental Tigers, kaya medyo close yung laro. And Caloocan gave them a huge scare that time.
The third straight game kung saan dikit nga yung panalo dito ng mga Tigre sa ating liga. Pero pumunta naman tayo dito sa panig ng Cagayan de Oro PSP wherein they had a big second quarter meltdown against Boracay Islanders.
That's right. So despite 5 players scoring double figures sa Cagayan de Oro, it was the second quarter that gave the favor into the Boracay Islanders, especially yung Cardona, Estrada at Gimpayan.
Tama ka dyan, Coach Pancho. Let's see how they bounce back in this ball game. Pero ngayon, ibigay natin to our returning courtside reporter na si Andre Endicio. Andre, what do you have for us?
Thank you, gentlemen. It is indeed a sunny afternoon here in Pampanga at siguradong mas lalo pa itong papainitin ng ating mga koponan ngayong araw na ito. A while ago, I was able to have a conversation with one of the assistant coaches of Cagayan de Oro PSP, and he said that he did not put pressure on their team, but he did put his players to the challenge that in order to be the best, you gotta beat the defending champs. Coming up, without further ado, let me turn you over to our arena announcer, Ryan Anthony, for our Manila Bankers Life Super Starters of the Game.
Mayapat gat panapun KKU Kabalen Superfans, live from the Brenziao Convention Center in San Fernando City, Pampanga. This is day 27 of competition for your 2022 to 23 Manila Bankers Live PSL Pro Division Dumper Cup, presented by Manila Bankers Life Insurance. First game of our doubleheader featuring Davao Occidental Tigers Coco Life versus Cagayan de Oro PSP. Let's meet the starters first for the Davao Occidental Tigers Coco Life. Small forward number 25, Billy Robles. Power forward number 12, Marco Balagtas. Center number 5, Larry Rodriguez. Point guard number 29, Alvin Abundo. And shooting guard number 11, John Wilson. Head coach for your Davao Occidental Tigers Coco Life is Mr. Arvin Bonleon, assisted by Don Dulay, Rob Wainwright, Jerwin Kako, James Bartolome. Team manager is Mr. Ray Alao, and team owner is the Honorable Mayor of Santa Maria, Davao Occidental, Mayor Dinko Bautista. And now let's give it up for your Cagayan de Oro PSP. Point guard number 28, JB De La Cruz. Shooting guard number 29, Jeff Comia. Center number 20, Alex Mohammed. Power forward number 27, Omar Lanupay. And small forward number 13, Jay Yuto. Head coach for your Cagayan de Oro PSP is Mr. John Paulo Lau, assisted by Aldo Palnillo, CJ Perez, Jericho Cruz. Team manager is Aisel Samson, and team owner is Mr. Phoebus. Your referee in charge and actions are Crew Chief Anthony Roque, first umpire Meng Gomez, second umpire Jerome Guy.
And here are your Manila Bankers Life super starters of the game for the Davao Occidental Tigers. They're going with Marco Balagtas, Billy Ray Robles, Larry Rodriguez, Alvin Abundo, and John Wilson. For Cagayan de Oro PSP, they are going with Omar Larupay, Ian Yuto, Alexander Muhammad, JV De La Cruz, and Jeff Comia. Will the Tigers stay unblemished, or will CDO shock the entire nation with a win here, as this game is under the supervision and regulation of the Games and Amusement Board? And we would like to acknowledge the new Games and Amusement Board Chairman, Attorney Richard Santos Clarin, as early on, Jay Yutok, Coach Pancho,
Yes.
and won.
That's right, drawing the first blood dito sa ating first game ng ating Thursday doubleheader. So that was a good start. And getting an end one play itong si Ian Yutok.
And this guy, a natural born scorer talaga si Jay Yutok na Coach Pancho. And yan talagang kailangan gawin itong CDO PSP. A good early start against the defending champions.
That's right. Ian Yutok scored 12 points during their last game against Boracay Islanders.
And hit two triples, and he's averaging 0.7 3-point makes.
That's right. And imagine, 8 seconds lang ang ginawa ni Ian Yutok to score the first basket after the tip. Oh, but
Bumawi itong si John Wilson. Belated happy birthday, John. As basket and one. So bawian ng 3-point plays dito,
Yes.
Coach Pancho. And there's the miss by Larry Rodriguez. But Wilson not giving up. Kitang-kita yung foul ni Jeff Comia from behind.
yes, again, John Wilson is one of the best rebounding guard dito sa ating liga. And not only sa ating liga, lahat ng liga sinasalihan niya. Kaya I keep on saying on that kasi ang dami niyang mga offensive rebounds na nakukuha because of his athleticism at yung activity niya sa floor.
Yes.
He's everywhere kasi ito si John Wilson.
Ito naman. All three ang ating score. Here comes CDO. Yutuk nearly lost his footing. Muhammad gives it to JV. De La Cruz against Abundo. Sees a lane. Decides to pass. Larupay. And yun na. Good defense by the Tigers that time. Forcing a 24-second shot clock violation.
That's right. So what a great defensive job given by the Davao Occidental Tigers. Team effort right there, denying the passes and also shutting down the driving lane.
And both of us got a chance to talk to Coach Arvin Bonleon kanina, Coach Pancho. And he said sa ating dalawa na yung defense, they have to play defense consistently kasi nawawala yung kanilang depensa towards the end game.
Yeah, yes. That's why kaya nga yung last 3 games nila is puro close games because nagkakaroon ng defensive adjustment, nagkakaroon ng defensive meltdown sila, lalo-lalo na sa 4th quarter.
Right, and yun na nga, Coach Pancho, they're playing good defense so far in the first 3 possessions as Balagtas gets fouled by Omar Larupay on the fast break. But yun na nga, Coach Pancho, di ba? The defending champions, unblemished yung record nila as we see yun nga. There's a toss-up by Rodriguez to Balagtas and yun, there's the foul by Omar Larupay on Balagtas. Foul was on the ground, but yun na nga, these Tigers, as unblemished as their record is, they're looking human in the past 3 games na, Coach Pancho.
That's right. But again, they are still getting those wins in spite of, diba? So it actually shows yung character nitong Davao Occidental Tigers and yung talagang team spirit nila, ibang klase rin talaga.
Tama, as we see another champion talking about itong si Jericho Cruz of the San Miguel Beermen in the house. And speaking of, CJ Perez, a Pampanga native, back home and another San Miguel Beermen player.
That's right, that's right. That was a good backdoor play by Davao Occidental Tigers. They have now taken the lead dito, Enzo.
That's right, Coach Pancho. 5-3 ang ating score. Comia and Larupay, he takes a shot again. This time makes it.
Yes, a double-double tong si Omar Larupay. Yung last game nila, kaya impressive yung game niya. Kaya naman in-elevate siya sa starting 5.
And that's just his second game of the conference, Coach Pancho.
That's right, Enzo.
Rodriguez gives it to Abundo. Balagtas left wide open. He's practiced this earlier. He misses that time. Comia looking to push.
They have the numbers.
Jeff floats it up. No good. Tap for the rebound. Balagtas couldn't save it properly, so the ball will remain with CDO.
Yes, itong kita mo naman itong CDO PSP, every time na nakuha nila yung bola, tinaatakbuhan nila itong Davao Occidental Tigers. But knowing Davao Occidental Tigers, yung transition defense din nila, hindi rin papatalo yan.
Muhammad, he has a shot. Gets it to go from 3-point land.
Wow, nagulat si Larry Rodriguez doon.
Hindi niya alam na may shooting talaga si Muhammad. And he's probably one of the, or probably the best big man shooter netong CDO PSP na Coach Pancho sa kanilang lineup.
So first connection from 3-point area dito sa CDO PSP as a floater by Billy Reyes.
And bintis din yung
Robles,
kanyang Yes, Coach Pancho. Here comes Omar, gives it to JV, who's been hot so far for CDO in the past 4 ball games. Yutok spins, is blocked by 2 Tigers.
He was denied right there.
Robles got a piece of it, pero
By
si
Billy
Balagtas,
Robles.
yes,
Oo.
sinigurado na ni Balagtas kahit nahuli na ni Robles.
Yes, magandang depensa yun. Pag pihit, may tao rin doon.
Larupay pops out. Omar drives in, misses. Abundo tosses it over. And Superman flies for the easy layup.
Yes, that familiar Davao Occidental fast break play. After a rebound, quick outlet pass, 2 steps, layup.
Here comes CDO. Muhammad to Comia. Comia attacks. Comia switches to the left hand.
Wow, what a move by Jeff Comia. Ito na naman ang mga Tigre.
look at that. No breathing room for CDO. Now, once you score, itong mga Tigers, Coach Pancho, are immediately pushing that basketball. And you face these Tigers, yun nga, pinakitaan nyo na sa ating intro before the live was, yun nga, nakalaban kayo ng Cagayan de Oro Higalas sa finals nitong Davao Occidental Tigers. But mamaya na yan, as ito, bibigyan natin kay Andrea Endicio for her report in the first period. Andrea?
Today is a good day, but yesterday was a great day for John Wilson dahil birthday niya pala kahapon. I asked him earlier kung ano nga ba ang kanyang birthday wish for this year. Coming from a veteran player, his wishes stays the same. He was injury and that championship title. For this game, he will be extra motivated because today will be the first time that his kids will be watching live together with his wife. Now, let's see more action from John Wilson. Now, back to the panel.
Thank you so much, Andrea. And yun nga, belated happy birthday, John Wilson. And he has the ball. He will shoot. It's good for John Wilson.
That's
right on you.
Sabi nga ni Andrea, nandito yung family ni John Wilson. First time na manood. That's why ito, he is playing an inspired ball game dito. Mainit yung pasok niya ngayong first quarter pa lang.
Yes, 6 points.
Yes.
Quickly for John Wilson. Yutok. And good passing lane defense by Abundo.
Wow, what a heads-up play by Alvin Abundo. A veteran play. Oh, sayang.
Balagtas couldn't capitalize on the 2-on-1. JV, 360 shot, no good. And look at John Wilson. He immediately knew na foul yun. Pero siyempre, in typical John Wilson fashion, i-deny niya muna yan.
Na-anticipate niya yung galaw ni JV de la Cruz. Yun nga lang, may a little bit of contact.
Yes. Talagang, Coach Pancho, mamamangha ka. Look at this shot naman kasi talaga ni JV de la Cruz. Through me 60 after the contact. And how would you expect a shot like that coming from anybody, di ba, Coach Pancho? Hindi magugulat ka talaga pag may nang ganun. But, yun nga, JV de la Cruz, who has been the man for CDO in their past 4 ball games, playing really well. And in spurts, minsan off the bench siya, minsan starter. But regardless whether he starts or comes off the bench, he's always played well, especially in the past 4 games.
That's right. That's how talented this young guy is, itong si JP De La Cruz. And kanina, binati natin si John Wilson, birthday kahapon. Siyempre, batiin din natin ng belated happy birthday si Congressman Claude Bautista. And of course, happy birthday kay Moore Prince Alaw.
Yes.
Ang ating 18 under and 21 under ambassador. Happy birthday!
Belated happy birthday, Congressman Claude Bautista. And of course, happy birthday to our youth ambassador. Itong si Moore Prince Alaw of the De La Salle Green Archers and the son of our League Vice President, Boss Ray Alaw.
Yes, idol natin yan. Si Boss Ray.
Yes, siyempre. Turnover by the Tigers there. Oh, look at that move. Kakapasok pa lang neto ni Aldeo Lucero. Agad-agad nagparamdam.
Immediate impact itong si Aldeo Lucero, ha? And they have now taken the lead. 13 is the 12, Benzo.
Yes, Coach Pancho, credit that good layup by Lucero. So taking it all on his hands, 13-12. Lead is by Cagayan de Oro. We will be right back.
Super friends, magingay! Ito po sa Eman Calo ng Davao Occidental Tigers. Kayo po ay nanonood ng Pilipinas Super League. Ito ang liga ko.
Let's get together. Sunday 25.
Davao Occidental Tigers and CDO PSP. Same team na naglaban ng inaugural season, but of course,
different brand.
Different to, iba to. At lalong-lalo na pag nakita mo yung standings, ha?
And siyempre, wala yung assistant coach ng CDO na yung Carlo Alfonso, wala dun eh. So, iba din yung effect nung kasi Carlo Alfonso.
Yes, ang balita ko, cute pa rin siya hanggang ngayon.
Sige. As Rodriguez, the shortstop on the second serving is good.
Yes, there was no challenge din sa gitna kay Larry Rodriguez, kaya napakadaling nga ipasok ni Larry Rodriguez. Yun, pero ito, back-to-back baskets itong Aldeo Lucero na to, ha? Galing sa bench.
Fearless. Yun talaga, 3 Tigers na sumalubong sa kanya. John Wilson misses that triple. 1 for 5 na to start the ball game from 3 itong Tigers. But look at that, Alvin Abundo, the former Magnolia Star hotshot player, lighting it up from 3-point land.
Yes, that was a good basket dito kay Alvin Abundo, especially para sa kanya because last game against Caloocan, Alvin Abundo has not scored any basket that time. So that's a good sign dito na nakapasok na siya agad and a three-pointer.
Look at that pass by Lucero going to Soriano, but sadly for Soriano, hindi niya ma-finish yung layup and yung offensive rebound, hindi niya makapita na maayos.
Because of the great interior defense ng Davao Occidental Tigers. Nakita mo, 4 na tigre yung nakaabang sa kanya sa ilalim doon.
Siyempre, ito si Jopet Soriano in the absence of Daryl Baila who recently played and was crowned champion sa PBA 3x3. Itong Jopet Soriano ang i-expect mo dahil he's the second best big man on both ends, offensively and defensively for CDO-PSP.
That's right. And binanggit mo nga si Dariel Baila. Congratulations kay Dariel Baila.
Champion with San
Champion
Miguel
agad
Beer.
sa leg 2 ng PBA 3x3.
Yes.
And syempre, dito niya nahon yung kanyang talagang skills dito sa PSL. Dito
That's
nakita,
right.
dito nakita yung magandang output niya. And yun naman ang nagagawa ng Pilipinas Super League. Talagang ito yung platform, ito yung liga na talagang tumutulong, nagiging tulay at daan sa isang magandang basketball career.
Yes,
ng
tama
isang
ka dyan,
player.
Coach Pancho. And syempre, pag-usapan natin, PSL ang nagiging tulay para sa mga players and giving opportunities talaga. Wala yung mga opportunities na yan, wala ang Pilipinas Super League kung wala itong family na to. I'm talking about the Bautista family led by Honorable Congressman Claude Bautista, Honorable Congresswoman Claudine Diana Bautista Lim, our CEO, Boss Mayor Dinko Bautista of Santa Maria, Davao Occidental, Boss Tracker Lim, Madam Mimi Derequito Bautista, Madam Dabi Bautista, Madam Gina Derequito, Boss Gino Derequito Gabriento, Boss Adi Bautista, and Boss Jason Rama. Thank you so much po to the Bautista family for your undying support for Philippine basketball and lalong-lalo na sa Pilipinas Super League.
Yes, forever thankful.
This man has been a spark ever since his entrance sa Davao Occidental Tigers. The man with the ball, Edsel mag-isa.
Yeah, so a couple of changes dito. Change of backcourt and frontcourt kay Coach Arvin Bonleon. Kit Agubida, Edsel mag-isa, nandito na together with Renzo Bido.
Yes. No player in this Tigers team is averaging more than 22 minutes per game.
Yeah, so ito na nga. Speaking of that, Enzo, second unit, nandito na. Eman Calo and our reigning MVP, Gab Dagangon.
Gagangon, who we will talk about later on, Coach Pancho, about his performances so far dito. As there's a foul on the loose ball, Edsel mag-isa and Jopet Soriano nagkakainitan.
Yes, Edsel mag-isa, a great acquisition dito because kailangan talaga ni Larry Rodriguez ng isang solid backup.
Yes.
Because etong si Jervy Cruz is hindi pa siya nakakalaro dahil injured pa rin siya. So kailangan talaga ng suporta sa front court ng Davao Occidental Tigers. So Edsel mag-isa, maganda yan na nandito sa lineup ng mga Tigre.
Look at that inbound play. Emergency pass na ginawa ni Comia papunta kay Alzar Udjan. But Udjan making something out of nothing. Ang ganda nung drop pass niya kay Soriano. And Soriano gets fouled. Look at that pass by Udjan there. Soriano, there's the foul by Edsel. And he will get rewarded 2 free throws. And yan na nga sinasabi ni Coach Arvin Bonleon, di ba, Coach Pancho, that we talked about earlier. Maganda yung defense nila sa simula. But in spurts nawawala. And yung pagkawala nun, normally it's in the end game. Kaya dumidikit yung mga kalaban nila recently.
Yes. And of course, itong mga teams natin dito sa Pilipinas Super League, itong Pro Division natin, lahat to malalakas. Sobra. At nagpapalakas pa.
That's
And
right.
That's why maraming mga changes sa mga lineups. Talagang pinaghahandaan talaga itong Davao Occidental Tigers. Kaya naman ito si Coach Arvin Bonleon and the rest of his coaching staff, doble kayo din sa kanilang mga preparations sa practice.
That's right. Let's see. As itong CDO is giving them a really good fight as Jopet Soriano once again, but this time making sure of the basket and another and one for CDO.
Yes. Pagkalabas ni Larry Rodriguez, itong si Jopet Soriano talagang sinamantala yung pananalasa sa ilalim.
That's right.
Talagang grabe. Ang dami niyang mga pulot doon and yun nga, nakakonvert ko na naman siya ng end one play. And he's getting fouled a lot sa ilalim, ha?
Nicole Sorella naman, ang nakuha niya doon kanina si Edsel mag-isa.
Yes, because Edsel mag-isa pick up
Two
quick
quick
fouls.
fouls,
Two quick fouls, oo.
So ninipis lalo dahil nga 3 big man lang itong Davao Occidental Tigers dahil nga injured pa so far ang former UAAP MVP for UST and former Northport Batampier player na si Jervy Cruz.
Yes, what an elevator play dito kay Renzo Bido. Yung nga lang, he decided to pass it to Gab Dagangon, who is very much open.
But Agovida also misses on the second serving. The Tigers having a bad shooting night so far. And Comia is fouled by Eman Calo.
Yes, that was a duty foul by Eman Calo because kita na talagang streaking Jeff Comia yung sumasalubong sa kanya.
And not just Jeff Comey and Coach Pancho, the entire CDO team, you give them any opportunity to run, they will make you pay talaga. Ang bilis ng pace nila lagi.
Yes, at lalong bumilis simula nung pumasok tong si Aldeo
Aldeo
Lucero.
Lucero. As yun na, penalty na pareho komponan. So
Yes.
even though the foul by Calo was on the ground, it still would mean 2 free throws. As you can see, Coach Don Paulo Lau, the head coach of CDO PSP, and Jericho Cruz,
Yes.
a PBA player and a guy who averaged 22 points per game sa FIBA action for Guam.
Great numbers, Senso. So another offensive rebound dito for
CDO.
CDO.
Lucero, the floater off the glass!
Wow! Grabe, mainit tong si Aldeo Lucero dito sa first quarter. Simula nung pagpasok niya, ang gandang bunot para kay Coach Don Paulao.
8 points off the bench. But speaking of off the bench, our finals MVP, Eman Calo, listing his name sa scoreboard for 3.
That was a much-needed basket para dito sa Davao Occidental Tigers because itong CDO PSP is having a great start once again dito sa first quarter.
And look at that, Eman Calo on the other end. He got a mismatch. Soriano pinapostihan siya, but he was playing really good defense on Soriano, denying him the ball. Kaya napuna tuloy niya ng offensive foul.
That's right. And again, kanina binanggit ko, another hot start dito. Magandang first quarter for CDO PSP. The past few games nila, talagang maganda yung first quarter nila. But the problem is, as the game goes by, yun na nga, nagkakaroon sila ng letdown because they are just a young team, a young guy. So, yung immaturity nandun pa.
Yes.
So, it's interesting to see how will they fare against the veteran unit of Davao Occidental Tigers.
And a championship caliber
Yes.
team. As look at this, they're running here. Subido, who had a good assist earlier. No looks into Calo. Eman couldn't make him pay. Lucero in the open floor. Around the world, throws it up and is fouled. Wow.
Kita mo yung Aldeo Lucero, ang bilis, nag-wrap around pa. Nakakuha pa ng
Grabe.
foul.
This man has only played 3 PSL games, but he has just opened a lot of people's eyes with his speed, his athletic ability, and his scoring prowess, no, Coach
Yes,
Pancho?
that's right. Especially, si Aldeo Lucero is on the line right now. At pinasok pa si Billy Rojo. So expect this for the remaining 10 seconds talaga na talagang tatakbo to at dedepensa agad.
Yes. Of course, itong si Billy Rojo before, itong si Aldeo Lucero pumasok, siya talaga yung backup point guard ni Jamil Ortuste, who's still not in the lineup ng CDO due to injury. But yun na nga, Billy Rojo, a rugged point guard talaga for CDO.
Yes. So 8 seconds remaining. Let's see.
And what will the Tigers cook up here? Subido decides to attack the kick out. Agovida, three-pointer, gets blocked by Soriano.
That was a great defense by CDO PSP. Anticipating yung play na ibibigay kay Kita Gubida. Jopet Soriano challenging that shot.
But how about that? The CDO PSP with a great start in the first 10 minutes of the ball game. They are leading against the Immaculate Tigers by 4 points, 26-22. As you see, Robbie Sell is still not in uniform for the Tigers. We will have a story for him later, but that is our end of the first quarter score, 26-22. A 4-point lead for Cagayan de Oro PSP. And magbabalik tayo dito sa ating laro for the second quarter ng labanan ng Davao Occidental Tigers kontra Cagayan de Oro Philippine Sports Performance.
Hi mga ka-superfans, ito po si Bonbon Custodio mula po sa inyong Davao Occidental Tigers. Manatili po kayong nakatutok dito lang sa Pilipinas Super League. Ito ang liga ko.
Let's dance together. Sunday 25.
Comment lang po kayo. At malay nyo, kayo na susunod na mabigyan ng super shoutouts dito sa ating laro as Keith Agovida off a set play. Ang ganda naman nun.
Great execution dito after, coming from that first quarter break. So magandang start to and they're down by 2.
Lucero. Wow! He is on fire!
Wow. 12 points agad ito si Aldeo Lucero. Double digits agad
Off the bench pa yan As Agovida is blocked there, but syempre dalawang players ang sumalubong and I think it's going to be on Brian Hilario.
Brian Hilario or John.
Or Ryan
yes,
Hilario.
Ryan Hilario.
And that's why Udjan was saying all ball, pero
Yes.
yun nga, Hilario was there. But look at that. Look at the elevation of that jumper by Lucero, Coach Pancho. Textbook
Wow.
na textbook. Ang ganda ng elevation niya.
Yes, inside and outside itong pinapakita ni Aldeo Lucero. Pag nakakita ng onting space, drive, may pass made opportunity, takbo. Pagka may open lane naman, pull up J, open three-pointer, tira. Grabe.
And how about how CDO is playing itong Tigers, Coach Pancho? No fear, ha? Wala talaga silang takot sa defending champions. They don't care if they're 7-0 ang kalaban nila and 1-7 sila. They're fighting with their lives against the defending champions. Eman Calo gets that bank shot to go.
That's right. Because syempre, ang goal dito ng CDO PSP is aside from umangat sila sa standings, gusto nilang sila yung unang makakakuha ng talo dito sa Davao Occidental Tigers.
Billy Rojo, siya naman ang tumira ng 3. CDO is clicking.
Wow. Look at this backcourt of tong CDO PSP doing the wonders here dito. Aldeo Lucero at ito naman, Billy Rojo, nagparamdam na agad.
15 points off the bench para sa kanilang dalawa. But this guy, another man off the bench, 7 points na to start off this ball game for
Yes.
our former Pearl of the Orient Cup Finals MVP.
Yes, this is the man that needs to step up, especially with the absence of Kit Jimenez. At yun nga, nawala pa rin ang services ni Robbie Celis. Again, Aldeo Lucero once again. How many points, Enzo?
14 points na, Coach
Wow.
Pancho.
Good job, Enzo.
Marunong naman ako magbilang. Grabe ka, Coach, ha?
Pero grabe yung performance nito ni Aldeo Lucero.
Tama. Subido, that's a shot that I know he can make nung college days pa lang niya for UST, but that time,
Yes.
back iron.
There was some action underneath between Nicole Sorella and Jopet Soriano.
Yes. Sorella napituan. So, itong si Jopet Soriano, pinipikon niya itong tatlong big man ng Davao. Kanina si Larry Rodriguez napituhan ng mga fouls na ganyan. Then si Edsel mag-isa. Ngayon naman si Nicole Sorella.
Yes, because yung aggressiveness niya at yung activity niya sa ilalim, sobrang sipag. Kaya nakaka-draw siya ng mga ganong foul.
Sorella. And that's a traveling violation for the Tigers. A good start for CDO, pero dito naman sa kabila, the defending champions are having a hard time against the CDO. And normally, pabaliktad dapat to, no, Coach Pancho? But CDO, like we said, fearless and Kagaya, they're a different management, they're a different brand than Cagayan de Oro Galas, but you can see the fearlessness, same as what with your team back no Pearl of the Orient Cup, no?
Tama, Enzo, tama. And ito nga, itong CDO PSP is currently controlling the game dito over the Davao Occidental Tigers.
Look at that box out by Agovida, and look at him push the ball. Gives it to the MVP, nearly stolen. Sorella, jumper, doesn't get the drop.
Look, ito yung CDO PSP, 3, 4 na blue shirts yung lumalaban sa rebound doon.
Right. And here's Lucero, the man of the hour, but turns it over. Here comes Calo, who averages 2.3 steals a ball game. Gives it to Dagangon. Gab underneath against 3 blue shirts.
Wow.
Grabe.
Great defense by Jopet Soriano. Right there, walang nagawa si Gab Dagangon doon.
Look at that. Aldeo Lucero fishing the 3rd personal foul on Nicole Sorella.
Yes. So, very uncharacteristic dito sa Davao Occidental Tigers. Sila ngayon ang tinatakbuhan ng CDO PSP.
Well, it should be expected no, Coach Pancho, kasi since they're the younger team talaga and more athletic than these Tigers. Pero, yun na nga, the Tigers are known to run.
Yan kasi yung brand ng basketball play ng Davao Occidental Tigers.
Oo.
Run and gun sila. But, you know, they're tasting their own taste of their own medicine.
Yes. And for the first time on the floor for the Tigers, Bonbon Custodio on the floor, maybe to inject much needed offensive firepower.
Yes, yun ang kailangan ngayon ng Davao Occidental Tigers. Yung spark of the bench. So far, wala pa masyadong nagpapakita except Eman Calo.
Yes.
And Gab Dagangon still silent. And ito kaya binalik si Larry Rodriguez para magkaroon ng inside presence once again. Dahil simula nung nilabas siya, doon nagsimula nakakuha ng momentum itong CDO PSP.
But this man, itong si Aldeo Lucero, leading the way for Cagayan de Oro PSP. They have a 6-point lead dito. 36-30 ang ating score. Magbabalik tayo sa ating laro.
Yung gabi mga ka-PSL, ako di ay si Gab Dagangon ng Davao Occidental Tigers. Para sa mainit action, sa hardcourt, tutok lang sa Pilipinas Super League. Ito ang liga ko.
Let's get together. Sunnet 25.
Aldeo Lucero leading itong Cagayan de Oro PSP as he will have a short breather. But look at this highlight reel na meron siya, Coach Pancho, so far. 17 points, 2 rebounds, perfect from the field, 6 out of 6.
Wow, grabe. Look at those numbers, huh? Playing a perfect game so far. And as far as I can remember dito, Enzo, kanina ko pa iniisip siya na yata itong player na pinakamabilis na score ng ganong points,
Yes.
Yung playing minutes niya, tapos yung production niya, yung ganong ratio.
Right.
So far, I'm not so sure. Pero siya na yata yung ganon na mabilis kumuha ng ganong
I think
numbers.
so. I think that's the, you are correct, Coach Pancho, but we have to check on that later on. Pero you may be right and you do have a case on that dahil nga off the bench shot. He's only missed once and it's from the free throw line pa. Isang mintis as Larry Rodriguez shockingly misses that favorite shot niya. But Bonbon Custodio, as we said, an insertion of energy and offense.
Yes, yan yung kayang ibigay ni Bonbon Custodio John. That's why he's now on the floor right now to actually give this Davao Occidental Tigers another threat dito for CDO PSP.
Of course, itong si Bonbon Custodio, a professional scorer, especially ng PBA days niya. But look at that find by Rojo. Yutok readjust. In and out yung tira. Balagtas with the board.
Good backs out by Marco Balagtas.
Oh, what a pass! Galing kay Custodio. Eman Calo surprisingly passed that layup up. Bonbon. Larry, good seal. And he finishes and won.
Good find by Bonbon Custodio. Good seal and a good turnaround. Basket and one, Enzo.
That's right, Coach Pancho. What a find there by Bonbon Custodio. Let's look at that again. Ang ganda ng seal yan ng ating Manila Bankers Life. Super assist of the quarter. Bonbon Custodio and Larry Rodriguez hooking up, the two former PBA veterans.
Classic Larry Rodriguez.
But yun na nga, Coach Pancho, yung ginagawa ni Bonbon Custodio for the Tigers at this very moment, yan yung namimiss nila sa services ni Kit Jimenez, who's going to be out for a month according to Coach Arvin Bonleon because of a calf injury. And Robbie Celis, the walking mismatch, who's going to be out for the entire conference because of his foot injury.
Sorry, development yun for Davao Occidental Tigers.
But ito is a good development para sa CDO as Ian Yutok hits a mid-range jump shot na hindi niya talaga forte yung mga jump shots. No?
Taking the challenge from John Wilson.
So that's a good sign if you're CDO. If Ian Yutok is hitting his jump shots, Wilson, this man can hit a jump shot and right on cue.
John Wilson and Bonbon Custodio needs to step up when it comes to their numbers right here. Especially itong si Larry Rodriguez lang so far ang medyo mainit dito for Davao Occidental Tigers.
At Kalo nga medyo nanahimik, no, Coach Pancho. Bonbon, the crossover, the attack falls down. Muhammad. And duty foul doon si Alvin Abundo, wisely going for the ball pa. So,
yes,
veteran play by the former Magnolia Star Hotshot and teammate of our commissioner, Mark Pingris.
That's right. So great defense by CDO PSP that time, shutting down the driving lane of Bonbon Custodio that time. That's why it causes a turnover. Pero ito,
yan ang ating PSL super shot of the game from the birthday boy, John Wilson, for 3. And he prefers the nickname Clay Wilson daw, sabi ni John kanina, ha?
almost a bad pass dito kay Ian Yutok. So we are now tied at 38 apiece.
Muhammad looking to break that tie, but he misses. Pero look at that. 2 Tigers, Balagtas and Wilson.
Sayang.
Sayang yun for the Tigers as they get a stop. And they could have taken the lead if they got possession of the basketball. But nonetheless, 38 all ang ating scores. We have a mandatory timeout on the floor. We will be right back.
Super fans, magingay! Ito po si John Wilson ng inyong Davao Occidental Tigers. Kayo po ay nanonood ng Pilipinas Super League. Ito ang liga ko.
Let's get together. Sunday 25.
This 2022 to 2023 Pilipinas Super League Second Pro Conference Dumper Cup is brought to you by Manila Bankers Life Insurance Corporation. The best way to show your love. And Ito nga, speaking of showing love, you can see General Mancao and his wife, Dr. Mancao, our PSL President, Mr. Rocky Chan, our PSL Vice President, Boss Ray Alaw, our Marketing Consultant, Boss Mark Arago, and our Head of Basketball Operations, Coach Leo Isaac, and sumulpot pa si Alex San Pablo dun, ha?
Yes. Ang ating masipag, nating kasama dito si Alex.
Yes, of course. Kahit walang tulog, tutulong at tutulong. And that's the talagang yung best way to show your love ang galing sa mga unsung heroes ng Pilipinas Super League, Coach Pancho. No?
Yes. Yung baseline inbound ng CDO PSP, medyo nahirapan sila. Na quick double agad tong si Aldeo Lucero. Yun nga lang, may
Yes.
contact.
And yun yung sinasabi ni Coach Arvin kanina that they're planning to do. If hindi makukuha sa pag-switch ng matchups nila, immediate double na daw dapat kailangan gawin ng Tigers in terms of their defense. When I got a chance to chat with him kanina. Pero ito, Lucero sees daylight, no go.
Yeah, first miss ni Aldeo Lucero doon.
Yes, now 6 for 7 on the field is Aldeo. Here's the bonfire. Custodio against Comia. What a wing matchup this is, no? Comia and Custodio, Coach Pancho.
Ito, physical defender din to si Jem Comia
Oo.
because of his size, ha? A stocky guard here. Kaya magandang matchup to. And Bonbon Custodio, syempre, because of his vast experience, hindi rin papatalo yan.
Right. And I remember yung duel ni Bonbon Custodio against James Yap sa PBA. Known scorer talaga itong si Bonbon Custodio. So, you know, this is a hefty task even for Jeff Comia. But Alvin Abundo, a sorry miss there para sa kanya.
Ito, tumatakbo na naman yung mga CDO PSP. Aldeo Lucero, floater.
Doesn't get the bounce. That's his second miss of the ball game.
Yes.
And there's a foul. I believe it's on Larupay. And shockingly, Coach Pancho, it's the Tigers ang nababother sa call. And normally, they're very, very composed pagdating sa ganyan. The last time we saw them was in their last game against the Batang Caloocan Coolers. Is it because na recently, they've been looking more human? Hindi na sila ganun na super Davao Tigers, di ba na nagmumukha na silang they're almost beatable at this point kaya napafrustrate din sila.
Yeah, because of the adjustments din na ginagawa ng mga ibang teams eh. Napapag-aralan na sila and napaghahandaan na sila. Because of course, the mga first 2-3 games ng Davao Occidental Tigers, other teams doesn't have any idea kung paano yung mga plays ng Davao Occidental Tigers. But this time, as our tournament progresses, nakikita na nila, nai-scout na nila. So that's the challenge naman dito sa Davao Occidental Tigers, right? And knowing them, because of their championship pedigree, yung experience din nila, yung coaching staff nila, look at the coaching staff of Davao Occidental Tigers.
Yes.
Tingnan mo yung experience niyan. Grabe yan. That's why so far successful pa rin tong campaign ng ating defending champions.
But yun na nga, Coach Pancho. Itong CDO PSP looking to shock itong Tigers. But not only that, kakapit sila sa pamahiin. As tandaan natin, nung Pearl of the Orient Cup, the Davao Tigers swept the entire first round, 7-0. On their 8th game, they faced the host team, the Rojas Vanguards, and they lost to that. And that game was known as the Mario Bonleon game.
Yes, natandaan ko yun.
Alam ko, iba yung tinandaan mo sa laro na yun. Ito, Rodriguez underneath on the offensive rebound and put back and one.
Yes, yun yung steady presence talaga na binibigay nitong Larry Rodriguez.
And yun talaga yung role niya, especially in that championship team nung Rainer Shine, no, Coach Pancho. The hustle, the offensive rebounding, dahil yan nga ang ating PSL super grab of the game, Larry Rodriguez.
That was against 3 blue shirts, ha?
And 1 white shirt, si John Wilson, makikiagaw pa sana. The Tigers looking to stay immaculate as Rodriguez. Another offensive rebound for the Tigers.
Good defensive rebound by Alvin Abundo. Another chance for the Davao Occidental Tigers. Again, Larry Rodriguez underneath.
Lucky break yun as Larupay got a hand on the pass, Coach Pancho.
That's why he's so frustrated after that play.
And nakangiti naman si Larry Rodriguez, parang may magnet sa kanya yung bola that time, no?
Yes, ito, lamang na sila dito. 42-40.
Larupay, eye in the sky to Larupay. What a pass by Lucero and Omar Larupay.
Wow, the defense of Davao Occidental Tigers caught sleeping that time, ha? Medyo nagulat din sila doon sa lob na yon.
Wilson. Oh, good pump fake. One dribble. Decides to pass. What a pass! But Abundo couldn't finish it. On the putback, Alvin, pinahirapan pa.
The resilience of Alvin Abundo. And the unselfishness of the Davao Occidental Tigers. Actually, may tira na si John Wilson doon. He decided to pass to Larry Rodriguez. Larry Rodriguez, much open tong si Alvin Abundo. Yun na nga, basket and one.
And with that, lamang na ulit ang Tigers ng dalawa dito, 44-42. Magbabalik tayo for the final 2 minutes and 59 seconds of this second period.
Super fans, magingay. Ito po si Felix Apreco ng inyong Davao Occidental Tigers. Kayo po ay nanonood ng Pilipinas Super League. Ito ang liga ko.
Let's dance together. Cement 25.
Back here inside the Brenzigal Convention Center as the Tigers, let's see that rebound again by Alvin Abundo and the putback basket and one yan para dito kay Alvin Abundo. And look at the Tigers celebrate that shot. And yun na nga, Alvin Abundo. Like we said, a former Magnolia star hotshot player, and he won a championship with that team who had James Yap, PJ Simon, our Commissioner Mark Pingris, Mark Baroka, and ang import nila noon was si Romeo Travis na high school teammate ni Lebron.
Yes, that's right. And that's why ito si Alvin Abundo playing well so far dito. At yun naman yung kaya niyang idagdag dito sa Davao Occidental Tigers. Yung ganung experience na nag-gain niya.
Champion team ng Davao, dagdagan mo pa ng championship caliber player like Alvin Abundo, no, Coach Pancho.
Right.
And miss there, a sorry miss for Adzar Udjan. Hindi pa makapitan ni Jopit Soriano yung offensive rebound. So, a bad possession there for CDO. Was there down by 2 or 3 here, 45-42. And the Ilonggo Superman is back on the floor. Billy Ray Robles is still quiet.
Adding another threat dito. So, itong lineup ng Davao Occidental Tigers, talagang they want the CDO PSP to keep on guessing kanino manggagaling yung points because ang daming mga threat dito.
2 seconds to shoot for the Tigers. Comia with a steal. JV Toyutok is fouled by Billy Robles.
Yes, preventing that fast break play. Pero kita mo, 3, 4 na yung tumatakbo na CDO PSP players doon.
Yes. And yun na nga, a good decision by JV De La Cruz. Alam natin known scorer si JV De La Cruz. But ang forte talaga niya is spot-up shooting na Coach Pancho. He gave it to a man na he knows can finish in the open court, and that's Ian J. Yutok.
Tsaka yung momentum ni Yutok, straight line drive, yung takbo niya Kaya tama lang yung decision ni JB De La Cruz na ibigay yun. That's why ito nga, nakakuha pa siya ng foul.
How about this? The Tigers once again for the 4th straight game, hindi sila makalayo sa kanilang kalaban. And this is CDO who's at the bottom of the standings. Alam natin, this team has comeback DNA, no, Coach Pancho?
Yes, and ito nga, yung past few games na itong Davao Occidental Tigers, if mapapansin mo, talagang slow start sila sa first half talaga. And they're even trailing sa first half.
That's right, especially in that last game against Batang Kanbalu.
Yes.
Comia, 2-on-1. Jeff Skies! And he is fouled.
Inabangan talaga ni Billy Robles. Yun nga lang, may contact again. But that was a great aggressive move dito galing kay Jeff Comia.
Jeff Comia challenging itong si Ilonggo Superman in mid-air. And he probably won that battle kasi nakadraw siya ng foul.
Right. As we take a look at Coach Don Dulay and Coach Arvin Bonleon. Mag-iisip na ng plan yan. How will they counter itong transition offense ng CDO PSP? Kasi talagang nalilate sila sa pag-recover.
Yes.
Nalilate yung buwelo
Of course, knowing Coach Arvin Bonleon and Coach Don Dulay, matagal na magkasama yan. Champion coaches yan pareho. Makakaisip yan, but it's up to the players talaga if they can execute what these genius minds of the coaching staff ng Davao Tigers can draw up na Coach Pancho.
Right.
CDO once again coming back and down by 1 na lang ulit sila dito. 45-44 as tatawag ng timeout ang Tigers. We will be right back.
Super fans, magingay! Ito po si John Wilson ng inyong Davao Occidental Tigers. Kayo po ay nanonood ng Pilipinas Super League. Ito ang liga ko.
Let's dance together. Cement 25.
Like, visit, share on our new Facebook page at PSL Superfans. As speaking of Superfans, napakadaming naggaganda na Superfans and contenders para sa ating SCD Superface of the Night.
Yes, mamaya makikita natin kung sino ang ating SCD Face of the Day dito sa ating laro na to. First game of our Thursday doubleheader. CDO PSP trailing by 1 over the Davao Occidental Tigers. Ito, low post play.
Larry double teamed, but there's a whistle. JV or
Yun
si Jopet.
Yes, yun yung advantage ni Larry Rodriguez. Low post.
Yan talaga laro niya, no, Coach Pancho.
I think they should give the ball more to Larry Rodriguez sa post, especially 1 minute and 35 seconds. Both teams in the penalty. He will get a lot of fouls.
I would like to ask you this as a coach, Coach Pancho, na is it possible na may factor din na wala na yung 2-2-1 PSL rule natin na nagbago bigla yung rotations ni Coach Arvin Bonleon na dati stable yung rotation niya na he has to put 2 homegrowns, 2 Vismins, and 1 ex-pro or Manila player. Ngayon wala na. Medyo hirap siya sa pagpili. Is that a factor kung bakit itong Tigers is struggling so far?
Actually, hindi siya factor. Mas mahirap nga yung 2-2-1-1 eh. Yung 2-2-1 na format. Unlike ngayon talagang any players ipasok mo na. So yung diskarte mo mas solid. It so happens na different team to eh. Ang daming bagong ibang Davao Occidental Tigers to before dun sa inaugural season. Actually, mas mahirap yung format na yun. Oo, napaka-challenging nung format nung inaugural season natin, which is, ang ganda naman ng reception.
Of course, you would know dahil ikaw yung nagpapaalala kila Coach Boy Dacoco at kay Coach Pong Dacoco about that rule for Higalas, di ba?
Ang hirap nun, sobra, Enzo. Kailangan talaga. Ang daming technical fouls na tawag sa mga teams doon, ha? Nagkakamali ng pasok because nadadala ng pace ng laro. Nakakalimutan nila, uy, pala, nagpasok ng player na hindi dapat doon dahil doon sa format na yon.
But tayo maglalayo pa, Coach Pancho. The first team that got called for a technical foul was this Davao Occidental Tigers team.
Tanda ko rin yun.
Opening day against Rojas sa Dipolog City tayo nun.
Yes. Kaya maganda, kaya nga mas naging exciting to eh. Mas maraming teams.
Jeff Comia climbing the elevator for that follow.
Wow, grabe naman yun.
I can't wait to see that mamaya. Pero ito, Agovida babawi. Agovida taking Udjan to school.
That's right. Operating inside Keith Agovida, acknowledging his advantage.
Grabe. These Tigers dinadaan sa experience at sa inside presence etong CDO as they're still up by 3. 49-46. Magbabalik tayo dito sa Pilipinas Super League.
Super friends, magingay! Ito po sa Eman Calo ng Davao Occidental Tigers. Kayo po ay nanonood ng Pilipinas Super League. Ito ang liga ko.
Let's get together. Sunday 25.
Back here inside the Brenzigao Convention Center as in attendance itong si General Mancao and his wife, Dr. Mancao, our PSL President, Mr. Rocky Chan, Boss Ray Alaw, our PSL Vice President, and syempre, happy birthday ulit anak ni Boss Ray na si Moore Prince Alaw.
Happy birthday.
19 years old na si Moore, ha? As a traveling, stepping on the outside. Masyadong malaki yung paa ni Ian Newton. I won't guess the size na kasi baka tanungin mo na naman ako, Coach. Pero hula ako, 12. Tanong natin mamaya. Ito, the Tigers with another chance to increase their lead as hindi pa sila nakakalamang ng malaki dito.
Yes, hindi pa sila nakakabuelo talaga ng todo. 35 seconds na lang dito sa ating first half of action.
And
ito, tumatakbo na. It's a 5-on-2.
Grabe, another rarity. But look at that, the big man. Ito si Jopet Soriano pa ang nakakuha ng layup. Tigers tried to steal one on the other end.
Yes,
pero
tignan mo naman itong CDO PSP. Nag-sprint back yung 5 ulit, ha?
Grabe. As they go down low, the Tigers go to Larry Rodriguez and veteranong-veterano talaga si Larry.
From 5-on-2 break, Davao Occidental Tigers looking to take advantage of that. Dahil yung 5 ng CDO PSP nandun sa kanila sa backcourt.
Yes.
Ang bilis. Yung sprint back ng 5 nandun agad kaya na-prevent nila yung fast break play ng Davao Occidental Tigers.
You can see yung discipline nila, Coach Pancho. And, you know, I'm not gonna be surprised that this is a team that is really good in running kasi I got a chance to watch one of their practices when we did yung interviews together with Marian Bato and our game producer na si Jmar Bainos and si photographer natin na si Chris Vitor. They were practicing talagang lahat, transition and pagtatakbo. They were really prepared to run against all the teams dito sa PSL.
Yes.
Yutok, another try from 3. Still no go. Udjan on the follow. Mintis nga lang.
Sayang, that was a sorry miss.
At di naaabot yung tira doon ni John Wilson. But the Davao Occidental Tigers still up by 3 points dito at the... They were up by as much as 6 at makikita natin ang Unisol uniforms on demand first quarter highlights and it was a highlight reel din naman ng second quarter na Coach.
Yes. Nakapag-adjust na both teams and ang daming magagandang plays na nagawa for both teams. And yun nga, lahat naman ng mga players na pinapasok talagang nagde-deliver a well-balanced attack dito for Davao Occidental Tigers as expected.
From the defending champions Davao Occidental Tigers who was still up by 351 to 48 against the Young Guns of Cagayan de Oro PSP at mag-halftime break muna.
Bakit mahalaga ang life insurance? Yung experience pala na pag ikay nawawala ng mahal sa buhay, hindi mo kaya mag-isa. Ang lungkot, sasadsad ka, gagapang ka, iiyak ka. Ang pinakamaganda sa life insurance, it makes life easier para doon sa mga naiwan. Katulad na lamang halimbawa, Manila Bankers Life. Para mong kamag-anak, para mong kapatid na nariyan in your moment of grief. The best way to show your love is to assure your loved one that I will not only take care of you during your lifetime, but I will take good care of you in this lifetime and beyond. Boy Abunda po, para sa Manila Bankers Life, the best way to show your love.
Chance at best, yes. Painting pictures for the culture, keep the brushes fresh. Flip the cover, work the drummer, passion never rests. Freedom is a teacher under pressure, now we blessed. Yeah, it's one heart, one shot, now the future is yours. Go!
Back here inside the Brenzy Giao Convention Center in the beautiful city of San Fernando, Pampanga. As it's the second half ng laban ng Davao Occidental Tigers kontra Cagayan de Oro PSP as Davao still up by 3. But let's see what are the adjustments for both teams. Lalong-lalo na dikit lang ang laro natin, no, Coach Pancho?
Yes. And so far, we have 10 lead changes sa first half. Ganun ka-close itong laban na to.
Missed by Jeff Comey, but another offensive rebound for CDO, Coach Pancho, and Soriano putting cash in there.
Yes, that time, John Wilson making sure na hindi na makakakuha ng offensive rebound itong CDO PSP.
Rodriguez jumper in and out. And here comes the man of the hour for CDO, Lucero. The floater is good over Larry Rodriguez.
And he continues to do damage dito for CDO PSP. Itong si Aldeo Lucero. That's gonna be his 19th point of this ball game.
If Davao doesn't stop him, di malabong mag-30 yan, no? Coach Pancho, si Lucero. Wilson is free. Couldn't cash in from three-point land.
But look at Jopet Soriano trying high for that rebound. Out-jumping itong si Marco Balagtas. By the way, speaking of Marco Balagtas, still silent, still scoreless dito sa ating laro.
And alam natin na maganda lagi nilalaro ni Marco Balagtas on both ends. Wala pa siyang effect on the defensive end din. So not a good first half for Marco Balagtas for the Tigers.
Yes. So tingnan natin kung makakapag-adjust yung laro niya dito and he will contribute for the Davao Occidental Tigers as Jeff Comia launches an air ball.
And yun, wala yun. That was a bad shot. Yun ang isa sa mga bad habits nitong CDO ng Coach Pacho. Magaling sila sa transition, and when they set their offense, nagpapasapasahan sila, gumaganda yung takbo ng offense nila, they can score easily. But when they break down to isolation plays, that's the bad habit that they have.
And yun nga, Marco Balagtas, again, missing that shot.
What a pass by Lucero. And Larupay gets that layup to go.
Yes. Finally, Omar Larupay scoring a basket here.
And this guy is very, very athletic for his size. Na Omar Larupay. So, he is playing really well. Ngayon, kanina pa nila sineset up yung mga drop passes and lob passes para sa kanya.
Yes, a quiet 6 points dito kay Omar Larupay.
Speaking of quiet, this man, Billy Ray Robles,
look
still
how
quiet.
the CDO-PSP is boxing out itong si Larry Rodriguez. 2 players are pushing Larry Rodriguez dun sa rebounding area na yon.
Pero muntika na yon for Alvin Abundo. Pero that has been the afternoon for the Tigers ng Coach Pancho. Actually, not just the afternoon. Even nung game nila against Batang Kankalu, yung close shots that they normally and are regularly making, hindi pumapasok, niluluwa ng ring as this man, anything he puts up, it's almost going in.
Wow, look at this guy. 21 points dito. 4 points na siya agad dito sa third quarter.
Picking up where he left off in the first half. Wilson for 3. John Wilson answers for the Tigers.
And we are tied right now at 54. This is our 7th deadlock of this ball game.
Who will have that big run? As you always say, no, Coach Pancho can win as Lucero draws a foul on Larry Rodriguez.
Grabe yung tapang nitong batang to. Kanina pa niya inaatake yung loob. Wala siyang pakialam whether it's Larry Rodriguez yung sumasalubong sa kanya. Kaya naman he will be rewarded because of his aggressiveness. Nadodropa niya ng foul tong si Larry Rodriguez.
That's right, Coach Pancho. And ito naman si Coach Arvin Bonleon looking for a spark dito for the Tigers, and he will try to get it from the former Growling Tiger, Renzo Sobido. But this man, Aldeo Lucero, 21 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Make that 22 points na. And the conference high ngayong Dumper Cup natin is 31 by James Martinez, Coach Pancho. Hindi malayo si Lucero dun sa number na yun.
He's on track, especially pagpatuloy yung ganyang klaseng laro. So, split charity dito for Aldeo Lucero.
22 points pa rin ang kanyang output, but still good for a 1-point lead for CDO-PSP. And yun na nga, itong Davao almost exclusively going down low to Larry Rodriguez.
Yes, and they're shifting to a 2-3 zone dito pagka nakapose si Larry Rodriguez.
So Bido launches it, gets it to go from deep.
Yes. Those are the kinds of points na kailangan makuha galing kay Renzo Bido.
And look at that, Jeff Comia immediately on the other end, naibawi yung 2 puntos na yun.
A quick retaliation. Hindi pa ready yung depensa ng Davao Occidental Tigers doon. Kaya inatake ni Jeff Comia.
Look at that passing by the Tigers. Wilson, 3-pointer is short. Comia gives it to Ujan against Wilson. Decided to wait. Larupay. That pass ricocheted off the hands of John Wilson.
Yeah, sayang yan. He could have taken that shot kasi well covered itong si Jopet Serrana. He's looking for a love pass.
That's right.
Bad idea. Love pass against Larry Rodriguez.
As our referees will call for a stoppage play dito. May i-check sila sa ating IRS dito. May ika-clarify na call ng Coach Pancho. Of course, in a close game like this, every call, every possession for both teams is crucial talaga.
Right. And just like to remind you, Enzo, itong third quarter, ito yung quarter parate ng Davao Occidental Tigers. So yung time, double check lang yung shot clock natin.
Yes, that's siyempre every second counts din, Coach Pancho, no?
Especially in a close game like this.
So ito, a stop there by the Tigers.
Well prepared tong CDO PSP. For every opportunity, as we take a look at Rob Celis right there, parati silang may naka-reading depensa. Like yung sa kanina, low post kanina ni Larry Rodriguez, biglang nag-shift to zone. Kaya medyo nahirapan yun, i-convert yung basket. But this time, Larry Rodriguez making sure that basket will go in.
It is scary how much you know basketball so well, Coach Pancho. As you said, low post. Dumiretso siya sa poste. And Rodriguez gets it as Larupay nearly got that lob pass to go in.
Wow. It's the aggressiveness of this, the young CDO PSP. That's why they are surprising itong Davao Occidental Tigers.
But yun na nga, Coach Pancho, yung fight back nitong CDO PSP is being led by the new players na pinasok nila just 3 games ago back nung nasa San Andres Sports Complex tayo, no? Larupay, itong especially Aldeo Lucero, di ba?
Yes, and we'll see if masusustain nila itong the kind of energy na pinapakita nila sa larong to, because as we all know, lahat ng mga laro ng CDO PSP, they could have taken that win kasi mga close ball game yun until nagkakaroon lang sila ng meltdown sa third quarter or sa fourth quarter. Doon sila bumibitaw eh.
Tigers again exclusively going to Rodriguez at the post.
Masikip yung loob doon, ha?
So Bido launches it. No good.
Sayang yan. Those are the kind of shot na dapat talagang na-knockdown nito ni Renzo Bido para lumuwang yung floor dito sa Davao Occidental Tigers.
Comia, all 58 ang ating score. Ujan from the free throw line is short. And Rodriguez secures that rebound. Tosses it over. Balagtas, the layup. And he is fouled and will troop to the line for 2.
That was a good play. And a good outlet pass by Larry Rodriguez. Sensing na tumatakbo na to si Marco Balagtas. So a chance for Marco Balagtas to
mag-init,
come on board dito.
Yes.
Kasi scoreless pa siya.
And you know what's interesting, Coach Pancho, to note for CDO in this ball game? How good they're playing. And they're doing this without clearly the best, their team's best player of this conference as in Dariel Baila, who's a double-double machine, leads the league in double-doubles. You know, siya yung naging super player natin nung tinalo nila ang Juan Munti Emeralds. You know, they're playing this well without their best player. Well, this is a positive if you're CDO.
Yes, kasi kapag nakakausap ko yung mga players ng CDO PSP, and talagang this time, magiging clear na raw kasi sa kanila yung mga roles nila sa team. Unlike yung mga first 2 games nila sa ating PSL, syempre bagong team, mga bagong players, nangangapa pa sila. But this time, obviously, nakikita natin yung improvement nila. Yan nga lang, bumibitaw nga lang daw sila talaga sa endgame.
That's right. That's another lob play by Lucero going to Omar Larupay. Binigay na naman, but Larupay got fouled and he'll shoot 2 free throws. Pero bagan, we have a timeout on the floor. 58 up ang ating score.
Hi mga ka-superfans, ito po si Bonbon Custodio mula po sa inyong Davao Occidental Tigers. Manatili po kayong nakatutok dito lang sa Pilipinas Super League. Ito ang liga ko.
Let's get together, Sunday 25.
Visit, like, and share ang ating new PSL page, ang PSL Super Fans. Po sa mga updates, lalong-lalo na ang ating PSL Cares na one ball serve the people.
Yun,
Coach Pancho.
Napaka-promising niyang project na yan, itong binibigay ng Pilipinas Super League. At nag-uumpisa pa lang yan.
It started sa Barangay Mangahas in Los Baños, Laguna. Saan pa kaya tayo dadalhin? Sa
Marami
susunod?
yan. Nationwide
Oo.
yan. Nationwide yan. Luzon, Visayas, at Mindanao. Pag ang PSL ang gumalaw, sigurado yan.
Ito, Davao and CDO. Giving us another classic, these two provinces. Lucero in transition is fouled once again.
Grabe itong Aldeo Lucero na to. Talagang tapang. Diretso. Walang pake kahit dalawa yung defender ng Davao Occidental Tigers. And he's actually drawing a lot of fouls dito, ha?
And yun na nga, Coach Pancho, no? This is the time where if you're the Tigers, you are missing the services of a Kit Jimenez and a Robbie Celis. Yung Robbie Celis kasi, di ba? Of course, Mythical 5 member siya ng Pearl of the Orient Cup natin. And he, you called him a walking mismatch.
Yes, because he can play 5 positions.
Yes.
Grabe yun.
Stabilizer din talaga siya for the Tigers. When the play breaks down, you give it to a Robbie Celis who can post up, create a shot from the three-point line. Di ba may shooting pa? So, yun yung mamimiss mo. And syempre, yung energy and crowd factor na dala ng isang Kit Jimenez for the defending champions din talaga.
Yes,
Mamimiss mo.
another factor yon. And also, alam natin yung gaano ka-talented at athletic ni
Yes.
Kit Jimenez. At syempre, alam niya na rin yung role niya dito sa Davao Occidental Tigers. And ito, ang ginagawa ng CDO-PSP dito is they're attacking the basket, they're getting aggressive inside because penalty na ang Davao Occidental Tigers. 4 minutes and 20 seconds pa dito.
And Agovida puts it up and in after almost losing the basketball, breaking the silence for the Tigers.
Right.
Quarter scoring natin, Coach Pancho, 13-9. Etong CDO is holding the defending champs to 9 points only in the third period. Comia flips it up, no good.
Good defense by Eman Calo dun kay Jeff Comia, kaya napag-force ng bad shot doon.
And Calo on the other end gives it. Sobido, the fake, the step back, no good.
Look at John Wilson again. Galing sa likod, nakakakuha ng rebound.
Not just a shooter, no, Coach Pancho. Itong former Barangay Ginebra and Meralco Bolts and Air 21 Express player. Grabe, and iba't ibang teams na napaglaruan ni John Wilson.
And he is a member of the second defensive team sa PBA.
Yes,
Nasa Ginebra siya.
Yes. At
Kaya
ngayon,
magaling na defender to.
At ngayon, Coach Pancho, ibigay natin kay Andrea Endicio has an update for the third period. Andrea?
The first half was like an intense chase for both teams, but at the end of it, the Davao Occidental Tigers prevailed. Naaalala ko nga kanina ang kinuwento sa akin ng head coach na si Coach Arvin Bonleon. Last season, parehong-pareho daw ang nangyari sa team nila of having a 7-0 run. But that winning streak ended on the 8th game. Today being their 8th game for this season, ang hiling ni Coach Arvin, sana naman daw, wag na itong mauulit. Will Coach Arvin's wish be granted today? We will see. Balik sa inyo, Coach Pancho and Enzo.
Interesting.
Oo.
Interesting yun. Oo. Kasi ngayon, they're close yung laro tie. Oo. So, usually, gantong quarter, lamang na lamang na yung Davao Occidental Tigers. But yun na nga, ito, Kit Agubida starting to score some points right here.
On the other end, itong si Comia Babawe puts it up, no good. Wilson with the board. Calo will look to push it for the Tigers. Eman. Subido. Renzo against Luce. Itong si Aldeo Lucero. Subido. Trapped by 2. 7 seconds to shoot for the Tigers.
Oh, that was a bad pass by Miguel Sorella.
Yutok in the open floor. Yutok against 2. Tigers still gets it to go.
Wow. Taking advantage of that turnover. Itong CDO-PSP.
Wilson. Nanlamig si John Wilson after that first period.
And there's no guy to get that rebound for the Tigers. And again, Eman Calo picking up another foul. Because ito nga penalty sila, ginagawa talaga ng CDO-PSP and they're attacking very, very hard and drawing a lot of fouls.
He will also troop to the line for 2 free throws. And pwede din natin sabihin, Coach Pancho, na the Tigers are struggling because 2 of their key players who won individual awards ng Pearl of the Orient Cup natin are also struggling this conference. Itong si Eman Calo, who was our finals MVP, and Gab Dagangon, who was our MVP ng Pearl of the Orient Cup. Gab Dagangon averaged 14.7 points, 5.4 rebounds in 27 minutes per game ng Pearl of the Orient Cup. This conference, the Dumper Cup, only averaging 4.8 points, 3 rebounds in 12 minutes of action. Sa si Calo naman, averaged 27 minutes also, averaging 13.7 rebounds. Dito naman sa Dumper Cup, 17 minutes lang and 8 points and 2 rebounds ang average niya.
The reason for that numbers is because Gab Dagangon was injured and he actually did not play for a couple of games.
Yes,
so that's
totoo.
why yan yung numbers na nakikita mo. And of course, coming off an injury, nahihirapan pa si Gab Dagangon. He's not the same Gab Dagangon that we know. Kasi yun nga, mahirap yun. Galing ka sa injury, medyo kinukuha mo pa yung rhythm mo.
Yes. And right on cue, nakakuha siya ng offensive rebound doon. But probably factor din ng Coach Pancho na MVP na siya. Everybody in the league will target him. Para may target na siya sa likod niya na ikaw MVP, so alam namin ikaw na rin gagawa. Is that a factor probably for Gab's struggles?
Actually, hindi naman ganun kagaano kasi hindi lang naman si Gab Dagango nang gumagawa sa
marami,
Davao Occidental Tigers,
lahat
di ba?
sila.
Napaka-stack ng lineup nila.
Calo for 3, back iron. Empty possession there for the Tigers.
Ito, JB De La Cruz with the ball. Medyo
tahimik
pa si JB. 1 point pa lang ang nai-score niya rito after scoring double figures sa last game nila.
Last 3 games actually, Coach Pancho. Oh, what a stop there by Brian Hilario playing safety. Dahil nga tatlong Tigers at nasa baba nun. Yutok from deep. That has been the Achilles heel for Ian Yutok sa kanyang laro. Calo to Agovida is fouled. As itong si Kit Agovida pupunta sa free throw line.
That's the kind of the Davao Occidental Tigers basketball yung hinahanap talaga natin. Yung talagang tumatakbo.
At shoutout lang natin, Coach Pancho, ang mga ating mga super fans na taga Antipolo Hills Subdivision at Barangay San Luis, J Project Tagum, and si Boss Vincent Canonigo sa Paco, Manila. At syempre mga super fans natin sa Baybay Leyte. Happy watching po mga super fans.
Grabe naman yon, mga Canonigo, taga Paco, Maynila, Baybay Leyte, taga Antipolo Hills Subdivision. J Project Tagum, si Boss Vincent. Ang sipag manood ng mga yan sa atin. Kaya thank you mga boss.
Loyal super fans talaga.
Yes.
Ito, Muhammad on the second serving is good. That was against Kit Agovida pa.
Right. Ito talaga, aggressive pa rin talaga sila sa ilalim. Kaya naman nagugulat yung Davao Occidental Tigers sa kanila. Especially wala si Larry Rodriguez sa loob.
Subido hesitated there. Sorella nearly turned it over. Agobida, the mid-range, no go. Keith with another offensive board.
Look at the defense of the CDO PSP. They're ganging up yung player na may hawak ng bola sa loob.
Here comes Yuto. To JV all alone. No good. Muhammad again with another offensive rebound. Pero this time, mintis yung follow niya. Yun i-discuss na ng ating mga referees. Ano yung call? Let's listen.
Muhammad, that's his third foul. And sportsmanlike foul on number 19, Eman Calo, for excessive hard contact.
Wow.
That's his fourth foul.
That is a big call, Coach Pancho. So it was a foul on Alexander Muhammad, and then there's an unsportsmanlike foul on Eman Calo. Let's see here sa replay what happened. There's the rebound by Calo. There's the foul by Muhammad. Oh! May siko pala siya.
Ay, may extension kasi ng elbow. Actually, initial reaction talaga yon. Pagkakuha mo ng rebound para to protect that ball, yun nga lang, nagkaroon ng extension eh. Oo.
Sayang yun if you're the Tigers kasi if wala yung extension na yun of the elbow by Eman Calo, it would just mean 2 free throws for Eman Calo. Pero yan, 2 free throws for Eman, magkakaroon pa ng 2 free throws etong CDO PSP by way of Alexander Muhammad.
That's right. So itong Davao Occidental Tigers, so far nahihirapan pa rin silang makuha talaga yung momentum na hinahanap nila because nagkakaroon ng counter itong CDO PSP because of their aggressiveness, lalo-lalo na sa ilalim. Aside from tinatakbuhan sila, mas nagiging aggressive yung mga front court ng CDO PSP. That's why nakakakuha ng mga offensive putback.
Right. And this guy, ito si Alexander Muhammad, Coach Pancho, you know, normally he lives in the shadows talaga ni Daryl Baila, but I cannot stress this enough. Unsung hero talaga to for CDO PSP. Ever since their opening day loss against Santa Rosa, he played really well. 16.6 rebounds siya nung araw na yun. And he has played steadily for CDO. Kung hindi siya makaka-score at makaka-shoot ng 3-point shots niya, and kahit yung mga hook shots na favorite niya, he will play solid defense talaga.
Yes.
An unsung hero for
kasi
CDO.
Nga, yung gaya na sabi ko kanina, alam na kasi nila yung mga roles nila. And Muhammad knows his role already at mas lalo pa siyang nabigyan ng time kasi nga with the exodus of Dariel Baila.
Right.
So mas dumami yung playing minutes niya. Just like itong si Brian Hilario, talagang tinake advantage yung driving lane doon. Walang sumalubong to even bother that shot.
And really, as you said it, a big pickup for CDO PSP, picking him up after nga nagpalit ng players itong ARS, di ba, Coach Pancho? But
Yes.
on the other end, Billy Ray Robles with a layup there. Rojo tried to beat the buzzer pero hindi na umabot even though it still went in off the glass. But what a third period for the CDO PSP. They were down by 3, 51-48. They are now up by 3 points, Coach Pacho, 70-67. As we will see our Unisol, your uniforms on demand third quarter highlights. What a quarter for CDO.
Wow, as we take a look at those third quarter highlights from CDO PSP taking this third quarter. Usually, ito yung quarter ng Davao Occidental Tigers eh. That's why talagang napaka-interesting itong fourth quarter na darating sa atin. CDO PSP scoring 22 points third quarter alone.
Can they sustain it and upset the Tigers in the fourth period, or will the Tigers come back and stay composed and show the heart of a champion? Malalaman po natin yan dahil sa pagbabalik ng Pilipinas Super League is the fourth and final quarter na laban ng Davao Occidental Tigers kontra CDO PSP.
Mga ka-PSL, ako di si Gab Dagangon ng Davao Occidental Tigers. Para sa mainit action, sa hard court, tutok lang sa Pilipinas Super League. Ito ang liga ko.
Let's get together. Sunday 25.
Back here inside the Brenzy Giao Convention Center as CDO PSP turning things around dito sa defending champions. They now have a 3-point lead to start off this fourth period. Coach Pancho.
Yes.
And they get a stop putt to start the quarter. JV De La Cruz. Jumper. It's good for JV!
What a time to come dito for JV De La Cruz. Oh, big three right there. A good way to start this fourth quarter over the defending champions. As almost a steal dito kay Billy Rojo.
And if I'm not mistaken, Coach Pancho, there's a foul on
Billy Rojo. Yeah.
That's the first 3 points ni JV De La Cruz in this ball game, di ba?
Yes, oo. Actually, 4 points pa lang siya. 1 point pa lang na-score na kanina. So, after scoring
first field goal.
Yeah, double figures ng last game nila. Eto, medyo hindi magandang laro. Pero good sign yun. Nakuha niya na yung stroke niya.
Eto, another guy who's still radio silent for the Tigers this ball game. The former MVP, ito si Gab Dagangon. Ball will remain with the Tigers. Let's see that again. There's the shot by Gab. There's the miss. Oh, tumama nga kay JV.
Good try though.
Yes.
Ayan, puposte na nga si Bonbon Custodio.
But look at Muhammad lurking to double and right on cue. Dagangon cuts pero nadepensahan pa rin siya. Bonbon emergency pass. The swing. Wilson tried to beat the shot clock. Wala yan. Gab with a rebound. Puts it up. Still no go for Dagangon.
Good offensive rebound sana kay Gab Dagangon. Hindi lang pumasok yung kanyang reverse shot.
Here comes Rojo, a 6-point lead for CDO. 8 minutes and 53 seconds. Rojo way downtown. That's way off the mark.
Yes. Good defense by the much taller Billy Robles. And Billy Robles getting that N1 play.
Basket counts and one for Billy Robles against Billy Rojo.
Good BR, Good pass by John Wilson. Parehas Billy.
BR. Tsaka R.
Yes, BR.
Na makikita natin ating Manila Bankers Live super assist of the quarter. John Wilson playing quarterback to his wide receiver, Billy Ray Robles, the Ilonggo Superman, flying that time.
Yes. Mga Billy, mga idol ko yan eh.
Billy Ray, for sure, Billy
Yes,
Ray.
Billy Ray. Oh, mga idol ko yan. Direct Billy, my idol.
Ilonggo Superman to the free throw line. He can cut this lead down to 3, but he doesn't make the free throw. But Wilson is there. Nobody boxed John Wilson out.
Yes, again, how many times ko sinasabi yan, one of the best rebounding guard itong si John Wilson. And ito, unti-unti na nakakakuha ng momentum itong Davao Occidental Tigers with 8 minutes and 27 seconds remaining dito.
Comia against Agovida. Jeff. To you, to 3-pointer. No good talaga. Ayaw pa rin.
Good challenge by Bonbon Custodio. At eto na, yung Davao Occidental Tigers basketball. Yun nga lang, sayang. Na-challenge si Billy Robles doon.
Comia on the other end. Jeff flies. Gets the layup to go.
Walang big man na sumalubong kay Jeff Comia doon. Only Bonbon Custodio is there. Kaya naman ito, Jeff Comia, because of his leaping ability, his athleticism, makakreate siya ng ganong shot.
Bonbon, the step through is fouled. And much needed offensive creation from Bonbon Custodio. If there's a time for Bonbon As the bonfire to the free throw line makes the first one.
Ito si Bonbon Custodio is trying to heat up in this fourth quarter. This is the time na kailangan na mag-step up ng mga veterans ni Coach Arvin Bonleon. And look at their lineup. Small lineup. Walang legit na center dito. Si Coach Arvin. We'll see if yung result ng itong kanyang small lineup.
JV, pull-up jumper, still no go. Look at that jump. It's Soriano with a rebound. Pero natamaan, namintis ni tira at natamaan pa si John Wilson sa mukha. Inadvertently naman by Jeff Comia.
And knowing itong si Jopet Soriano, talagang napakasipag nito sa ilalim. Kaya kailangang i-match to ng Davao Occidental Tigers by outboxing, outpositioning itong si Jopet Soriano.
Yes, but you can see the family of John Wilson. Again, the first time.
Yes, first time.
Manood ng kanyang mga anak at ng kanyang wife all together dito. Siyempre, kahapon, birthday ni John Wilson. But, of course, the one wish nga daw ni John Wilson is get the championship and also injury-free na ang kanyang PSL career dito. As we see that miss by Soriano. Oh, yun. Sa pag-try ni Jopet Soriano, kunin yung bola, nasundot niya inadvertently. So that will just be a common foul for Jopet. Custodio.
Naka-zone tong CDO PSP.
Let's see how the Tigers take advantage, and it leads to a Billy Robles layup off the cut.
Right, that's what a veteran lineup of the Davao Occidentals can do. We are tied at 75. It's our ninth deadlock of this ball game.
CDO has been, every time na itatay ng Davao, may sagot lagi ang CDO. Let's see if they have another answer here as they go to Brian Hilario against Bonbon. Brian spins baseline, the hook shot, doesn't get the back shot to go. Look at that safety job by the three blue shirts.
Tatlo kaagad yung nandun. Anticipating na quick outlet ng Davao Occidental Tigers. Oh, fancy pass.
And look at that. Hilario against two white shirts. Ayaw pakawalan yung bola.
That is the kind of energy that keeps this CDO PSP, you know, getting a match itong Davao Occidental Tigers. Kaya they're still in this game. They are leading actually. They're controlling the game over our defending champs. Yun, yung mga energy na binibigay ng Brian Hilario. Pero syempre, Bonbon Custodio and John Wilson, hindi rin papatalo yan.
Hindi naman yung nag-iisa lang si Brian Hilario. The vice grip with the basketball, ayaw talagang pakawalan. But luckily for CDO, jump ball and possession arrow points their way. And they have a baseline inbound right here. 15 seconds to shoot. Comia launches it. It's good for Jeff Comia.
May defense doon kay Bonbon Custodio. But the shot went in.
Like I said, another answer for CDO as they have another 3-point lead against the undefeated defending champions, the Davao Occidental Tigers, 78-75. We have a timeout here on the floor. Magbabalik tayo for the final 6 minutes and 36 seconds of this ball game.
Super fans, magingay! Ito po si John Wilson ng inyong Davao Occidental Tigers. Kayo po ay nanonood ng Pilipinas Super League. Ito ang liga ko.
Let's dance together. Sunday 25.
Let's see that shot again by Jeff Comia. Look at that. Hand down, man down. Napakalayo dun ni Bonbon Custodio. And good brush screen din. Coach Pancho no by Soriano. That's why CDO is up by 3 points dito. 78-75. 6 minutes and 30 seconds natitira sa ating laro. Agovida off the lob. Couldn't make it on the first try. Battle for the loose ball. Yutuk gets it for CDO. Comia behind the back to the basket. Sayang yun for Jeff.
Yes, inaatake ni Jeff Comia yung gitna ng CDO PSP kasi alam nga niya walang legit center ito sa lineup ng mga Tigers.
Robles couldn't tie the game there and Comia with a rebound. Here comes Lucero, tahimik kanina to end the third quarter pero he misses again there.
Yes. Ito nag-small lineup kasi si Coach Arvin Bolen to match itong quickness at energy ng CDO PSP. So let's see kung magiging effective to for the Tigers.
Bonbon gets stripped by Jopet and he tries to strip Jopet back but He is foul.
Yes.
He's called for a foul.
And I think they need to bring back Larry Rodriguez. And especially Larry Rodriguez, they need to set up a post play dito because penalty na ang CDO-PSP. Marami siyang makukuha fouls dyan. At mga free throws. Dahil penalty na.
Narinig ba tayo ni Coach Arvin? Narinig ka ata ni Coach Arvin. Larry Rodriguez is back on the floor, Coach Pancho.
Yes, because kailangan talaga siya. Kasi ina-atake ni Jeff Comia. How many times na ina-atake yung gitna? Drive siya ng drive doon at nakakuha ng foul.
Oh!
Oh!
Kita-kita. Robles wanted to pass it to Bonbon, pero Bonbon Custodio was thinking of going to the three-point line. Robles thought he was going to cut to the middle. Sayang yun for Davao.
Sayang, another miscue for Davao Occidental Tigers. They're down by 3, 5 minutes and 21 seconds.
Itong CDO, this is the time that they can extend this lead. Comia. Dadaan sa screen ni Soriano. The pull-up from the free throw line is good for Jeff.
Late yung recover ni Bonbon Custodio doon off the pick and roll.
It's another 5-point lead para dito sa CDO, Coach Pancho.
Matagal pa to. Pero syempre, gusto ng CDO-PSP ituloy yung momentum nila because gusto nilang makakuha ng big upset.
And if they can hold on to the lead for the final 4 minutes and 50 seconds, they might just do that, Coach Pancho, as they are leading by 5, 80 to 75.
Superfans, magingay. Ito po si Felix Apreco ng inyong Davao Occidental Tigers. Kayo po ay nanonood ng Pilipinas Super League. Ito ang liga ko.
Let's get together. Sunday 25.
Jeff Comia, 15 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Another all-around game for Jeff Comia, Coach Pancho.
Yes, talagang sinamantala ni Jeff Comia yung pagkawala ni Larry Rodriguez sa gitna doon. And talaga that's why those are the plays na nakuha niya. Kaya siya nakakuha ng ganung 15 points dito so far sa game.
And they're up by 5 nga dito, Coach Pancho. And look at that, the Tigers, after the timeout, Abundo way downtown, no go, and Yutuk with a big rebound.
Wow, that was a long 3 dito kay Alvin Abundo.
Soriano gets the basket and an N1 opportunity.
Wow, ito na, unti-unti na lumalayo to si Jopet Soriano. Jopet Soriano sensing na si Alvin Abundo yung umahabol sa kanya. Isang ikot. Late si Larry Rodriguez sa pag-trail doon. Kaya yon, na-shoot na yung basket plus a foul.
Look at that pass by Lucero to Soriano. And there's the foul by Alvin Abundo. And let's not forget, Coach Pancho, this is how CDO beat Juan Munti Emeralds in transition paulit-ulit. Comia to Baila. Lagi si Baila ang binibigyan nila. Ngayon naman, no Daryl Baila. Binigyan nila sa Soriano. And the others are also running. So, talagang transition team itong CDO-PSP.
Yes, CDO-PSP with an 8-point lead, the biggest lead of this ball game.
But John Wilson throwing a lifeline for the Davao Occidental Tigers there for 3.
A very much needed basket dito sa Davao Occidental Tigers. Huge basket by John Wilson.
Fight for the loose ball too. CDO players battling Larry Rodriguez there. But ball possession arrow points the way of the Tigers. So another stop for Davao. Much needed stop para sa kanila yan.
It only shows gaano ka-importante yung possession na yun. Kaya di ba, ganun sila kagigil, agawin yung bola. So, an important possession dito for Davao Occidental Tigers.
That's right. Let's see what will they do here. Alvin. Wilson, can he go back-to-back? In and out nga lang.
CDO-PSP is actually talagang nananalo dito sa rebounding department over the Davao Occidental Tigers, which is very unlikely.
That's right. Comia, who's been Mr. Clutch for CDO.
Good
But
defense.
look at that stop by Larry.
Wow.
Pero ball possession arrow dahil jump ball yun will point the way of CDO pa rin, Coach Pancho. They would have 6 seconds to shoot. Kaya ito si Coach Don Paulo Lau will call for time. They want to map out a good look here, because they're still up dito 83-78 against the defending champions. We will be right back. That is our SCD Perfect Care for Your Skin Super Face of the Night. Hatid sa inyo ng Ivor Skincare Depot. Congratulations po, ate. Siyempre sa mga super fans natin, if you want to enjoy the games and some of the festivities and win some of the prizes na binibigay galing sa ating mga sponsors ng Pilipinas Super League, punta lang po kayo sa aming mga venues at ina-announce naman natin.
Yes.
Diba, Coach
At
Pancho?
marami na tayong mga side activities dito for PSS. We take a look at that last play.
That block by Larry Rodriguez, swallowing Jeff Comia hole there.
Yes, and jump ball yung tinawag ng ating referee doon. So babalik ang bola for CDO PSP.
Comia against Rodriguez. Look at that defense by Larry. And that forces Comia to miss. Bonbon to Wilson. John Tipsy-do layup is good.
Back-to-back baskets by John Wilson, saving itong Davao Occidental Tigers from that huge margin na erect ng CDO PSP. So it's now down to 3 with only 3 minutes and 18 seconds remaining.
This is the time for John Wilson to activate Klay Thompson mode na nga, Coach Pancho, di ba? Pero ito, Lucero has been the man for CDO. Sidestep three-pointer. No good. Larupay tried to grab it, but Wilson gets it. Abundo.
Look at Aldeo Lucero. Talagang andun agad sa tapat nila Alvin Abundo. Bad pass by Bonbon Custodio.
Lucero to Omar. Comia back to Yutuk. Ian decides to attack. Soriano tried to throw it down pero still gets the basket.
Yes, because na late si Larry Rodriguez doon sa ilalim. And walang center, walang big man doon. That's why easy 2 points dito kay Jopet Soriano.
And good for a 5-point lead again for CDO, 85-80.
Look at the defense of CDO PSP. Hirap na hirap tong Davao Occidental Tigers.
And they're off and running right here. Larupay gives it to Comia wisely. Uubusin nila yung oras. Can they hold on for the final 2 minutes and 10 seconds?
Yes.
And give the biggest upset na Coach Pancho?
Oo. But we'll see. Matagal pa dito.
Pwede pa.
Yes.
Last 2 minutes tayo dito. Kapit lang mga super fans. It's winning time inside the Brenzigao Convention Center. Abundo is fouled by Lucero.
Yun yung dapat take advantage nila kanina pa. Kanina pa penalty itong CDO PSP. Dapat inaatake nila sa loob to. And I've been waiting for some post-up plays. Yun nga lang, hindi talaga nabibigyan because of the great defense of the CDO PSP.
Look at that, Coach Arvin, on this duo, a legendary Davao Occidental Tigers duo on Billy Ray Robles and Eman Calo.
Yes, how many times na nakita natin itong backward duo na ito na Calo-Robles connection. Talagang tumatapos ng laro at nagbibigay sa kanila ng mga panalo.
But yun nga, Alvin Abundo, surprisingly, a really good free throw shooter, missing there. So a lot of things na uncharacteristically happening for Davao.
They are feeling the pressure right now. So 2 free throws missed dito kay Alvin Abundo. Sayang yun, 2 free throws.
And Yutok with a big rebound. And eto, CDO once again will just waste away the time ng Coach Pancho. Lucero attacks. There's a block by Larry. Here comes Superman. He will fly for 2 points.
So it's down to 3. What an exciting ball game that we're having here.
And Coach Paulo Lau of CDO calling for time as medyo nga nagmamadali ang kanyang koponan. And they're up by 3 points here, 85-82 against the defending champions. Babalik po tayo for the final 1 minute and 30 seconds of this ball game. 2022 to 2023 Pilipinas Super League Second Pro Conference Dumper Cup is brought to you by Manila Bankers Life Insurance Corporation. The best way to show your love. As tingnan natin yun again. There's the layup by Billy Ray Robles, cutting the lead down to 3. And yan ang ating SCD super fans of the night. Hatid sa inyo ng Ivor Skincare Depot. Perfect care for your skin. As we will see the beloved Governor of Pampanga, Governor Dennis Delta Pineda and Coach Hamperdick Di Matulak.
Yes, getting ready sa ating main game. Kaya dumadami na yung tao dito sa ating Brenzy Giao Convention Center. But before our main game, ang ganda ng laro natin dito. Defending champion, Davao Occidental Tigers. Unfamiliar territory. Sila yung naghahabol dito with 1 minute and 30 seconds. They're down by 3.
That's right, Coach Pancho.
Are we smelling a big upset, Enzo?
I'm not sure kasi the last time the Tigers were down by at this juncture of the ball game, Coach Pancho, back paano yun nga, in their last loss against Rojas Vanguards kasi against Batang Kankalus, lamang pa sila ng gantong oras.
Yes. Ito yung gusto ni Jeff Comia, yung switch.
Comia against Balagtas. Comia tried to pass it off. There's the stop by the Tigers. Abundo. Abundo stopped dribbling kasi tumunog yung shot clock. But there was already change of possession of Coach Pancho. As you know, our referees deemed it nga it's a double dribble violation nga on Alvin Abundo.
He was distracted dun sa buzzer pero dapat tinuloy na lang din niya yun.
Of course, walang pito kasi yung mga referees. No? Don't stop until you hear a whistle. Tumunog yung buzzer pero yung whistle pa rin ang referees ang importante.
Lost opportunity yun para sa Davao Occidental Tigers. And they need to make it up dito sa depensa, lalo sa possession na to.
They gotta stop earlier. Can they do it again in this possession? Comia. And there's a foul.
There's a reach-in foul kay Billy Robles. Good thing wala pa sila sa penalty.
Yes, may 3 fouls to give pa sila, no, Coach Pancho. That will be the first of the 3 dito. Oh, is that the fourth foul? Fourth foul na pala ni Billy Robles yan. So that's also a huge call pa pala.
Yes, because he picked up his 2 quick fouls sa first quarter pa lang. Nakuha niya na yun.
And he has been playing well, especially in this fourth quarter for the Tigers, throwing them a lot of lifelines here.
Here, there's a switch once again. Ito yung gusto ni Jeff Comia, pero
Comia
forcing
for
a 3-point shot.
No good. And Agobida with a big rebound. Keith Wilson. And he draws a foul.
Yes, tama yun. Kasi penalty na kanina pa.
But earlier, Alvin Abundo missed 2 crucial free throws. Itong si John Wilson, he needs to shoot both of these.
Yes.
Oh, Jeff Comia fouls out of this ball game, Coach Pancho. That's his 5th personal.
What a huge blow dito. Huge loss for CDO PSP. He's been playing very, very well alongside Aldeo Lucero.
He has been Mr. Clutch for CDO. Every time na magkakaroon ng crucial possession, it's Jeff Comia talaga. They're giving the ball to Jeff Comia, talking about CDO. So that's a big development for CDO as you're gonna give 2 free throws to probably one of the best free throw shooters in this league.
Wow.
Tapos, foul out pa si Jeff Comia. But yun...
Again, free throws.
Wow. 3 straight missed free throws for the Tigers. This is surprising, Coach Pancho.
Yes, imagine kung na-convert yun.
Tie game na sana tayo.
Right.
No? 2 by Abundo, 1 by Wilson, who has a big double-double performance. 21 points, 13 rebounds, 3 assists. As he makes sure of the second, they're just down by 2. Can they get another stop here? Especially in the absence of Jeff Comia for CDO. Lucero. Aldeo sees a line. Gives it to Jopet. Is fouled by Agovida up top. And look at the CDO teammates encouraging itong si Jopet Soriano.
Well, see, si Jopet Soriano naman masusubukan sa free throws.
Let's look at that. There's
good timing.
Body contact by Agovida kasi.
Nag-collapse yung defense kay Aldeo Lucero eh. Kaya yung libre yung driving lane na yun kay Jopet Soriano.
That's a big free throw make for CDO as Jopet made the first one, extending this lead to 3. Can he extend it to a 2-possession ball game? Yes, he does. Wow. That is big. How about this CDO PSP, Coach Pancho. If they can hold on to this 4-point lead in the final 36 seconds, they are going to be the first ones to beat the Davao Occidental Tigers since the Rojas Vanguards nung Pearl of the Orient Cup natin.
That's right, that's right. Mukhang magkakatotoo nga yung kaninang nireport ni Andrea kanina, yung eighth game. Oo. But of course, itong CDO PSP is very, very determined to be the first team to beat this Davao Occidental Tigers. And again, one of the biggest upset dito sa PSL
Probably
history.
the biggest talaga, no,
Yes.
Coach Pancho? Kasi if you look at it, kagaya nga ng game story natin kanina, di ba? Both ends meet. The top-seeded Tigers versus the lowest-seeded team in CDO PSP. And imagine what will this do for CDO's confidence and yung shake-up nito sa team standings natin, di ba? Malaking bagay ito.
That's right. And also, yes, sa Davao Occidental Tigers naman, of course, they don't want to be that first team na makagawa nga ng ganon. Kailangan nilang i-continue yung streak nila because having their last 3 games, very, very close game. Ito, another close game na naman for
Ito na yung
the Tigers.
kinakatakutan nila, Coach Pancho, no, na they're down in the final minute. But let's see, as they have a lot of firepower on the floor right now, down ang Tigers by 4.
Almost a turnover.
8 seconds to shoot. Are the Tigers aware? Wilson. 3-pointer niya wala. Robles with a rebound. Robles putback is good.
Great basket by Billy Robles. Medyo nagkaroon ng miscommunication sa offense ng Davao Occidental Tigers kanina. Good thing, nakuha talaga ni Robles yung offensive putback. They are down by 2. 22.4 seconds remaining. CDO PSP is still in control of this ball game.
And timeout situation natin, Coach Pancho. 1 timeout left for the Tigers. This is the final timeout for CDO. So, if you're CDO, make or break possession to sa inyo. Kasi if the Davao Occidental Tigers can get a stop dito, may chance pa sila talaga to win or tie the ball game.
Yes. And eto, 22.4, both teams in the penalty. We'll see anong depensa bibigay ng Davao Occidental Tigers dito at anong opensa naman ang gagawin ng CDO PSP. CDO PSP, once na makatanggap ng clear inbound, I'm sure, uubusin nila yung oras.
But the interesting question dito, Coach Pancho, di ba? If they inbound here on the front court, they still get 14 seconds. But if they do get it dito sa backcourt, they will get the full 24 shot clock of
Timeout
timeout
situation natin.
Isa na
May
lang
isa
sa
pa.
Tigers.
Oo, wala nang timeout ng CDO PSP.
And surprisingly, they're going for the 14.
Yes.
So they're that confident.
A chance for Davao Occidental Tigers for another possession.
One stop na lang if you're the Tigers, but this is a crucial possession if you're CDO. Yutuk being hounded, gives it to JV. And there's the foul.
There's the foul.
Oh, by Agovida. They will test JV De La Cruz to the free throw line.
Yes, JV De La Cruz will be tested dito.
As we see our PSL President, Mr. Rocky Chan, Honorable Governor Dennis Delta Pineda, who will coach later for the Pampanga G Lanterns, our Head of Basketball Operations, Coach Leo Isaac, our Marketing Consultant, Boss Mark Arago, and our Commissioner, John Mark Pingris. And this is going to be a big possession, Coach Pancho. No? As yun nga, may timeout pa dito on the floor, and look at that huddle by CDO.
We'll see if JV De La Cruz will sink the biggest free throw of his life dito sa PSL career niya, and important basket yun. Once na ma-shoot niya yung 2 free throws na yun, 4-point lead, enough cushion yun, 16.1 seconds. But again, madami pang pwede mangyari. So of course, Davao Occidental Tigers, they are hoping na mamintis ni JV De La Cruz ng free throw na to so that makakaroon pa sila ng chance to orchestrate an offense and maka-shoot ang basket para matabla yung laro.
And no timeout na for the Tigers. They use this final timeout to ice JV De La Cruz, Coach Pancho. As you can see nga, wala nang timeouts. Coach Arvin probably is trying to ice itong si JV De La Cruz for this possession.
So he will be tested right now.
Let's see the biggest free throws of JV De La Cruz's career dito sa PSL, and he makes the first. And they're up by 3. And look at the bench of CDO. Iba nakaluhod. Pero nakakapit sila lahat.
Yes.
They're praying for the biggest upset in PSL history.
That's right. JV De La Cruz shooting 70% from the line. At 2 for 2.
Possession lead for CDO.
And they need to have a quick basket right here.
Abundo, 12 seconds. Wilson, three-pointer. Soriano.
Oh!
Yutok with a rebound. CDO with the biggest victory of the conference.
Wow!
Wow!
What a huge upset by CDO PSP, handing down the first loss of the Davao Occidental Tigers in this tournament.
Look at the crowd, Coach Pancho. Everyone is shocked.
Yes, everyone was stunned right here dito sa Brenzy Giao
Wow!
Convention Center. But a deserving win by CDO PSP, getting the better of our defending champion Davao Occidental Tigers. They've proven they sustained their energy finally dito sa end game ng CDO PSP, because during the past few games talagang bumibitaw sila. But this time against the powerhouse Davao Occidental Tigers.
The top-seeded Davao Occidental Tigers lost to the lowest-seeded team dito sa PSL. What a victory, and credit JV De La Cruz with those crucial free throws in the final minute, Coach Pancho. Grabe, what a game. What a victory. Yan ang ating final score. The CDO PSP pulling the biggest upset dito, 89-85 against the Davao Occidental Tigers. That was Aldeo Lucero leading CDO PSP with an upset victory against our defending champions, 89-85. The second victory of Cagayan de Oro in this conference, and it cannot come in a big way. And that ends our game for today. For Coach Pancho Alfonso, Andrea Indicio, this is Enzo Galarosa, and on behalf of Direk Nomar Santiago, Direk Jmar Bainos, Direk Don Mike Tanan, Direk Billy Ray De Leon, and the rest of the hardworking men and women ng Pilipinas Super League from the Brenzy Giao Convention Center. This has been your 2022 to 2023 Manila Bankers Time Pilipinas Super League Second Pro Conference Dumper Cup. Ito ang Liga Ko.